Okay, well, we're back working on the RCA 87K2 again. And I got some bad news and I got some good news. Bad news is I had to pull the transformer out again due to that problem with the continuity on the filament line for the rectifier tube. The good news is I was able to get in here, and if you can see, I replaced the green wires that I originally had on here with the yellow wires because I don't have any plastic green wire, and I was originally using this stuff here, but it's solid conductor and I don't like to use that really on transformers, so into the garbage with that. But I did get this yellow wire on here, and I kept snipping away at it. I mean, the insulation is totally gone off of this wire here, and so I managed to get in there, and I did end up getting continuity once I got it all stripped down. So I must have had a cold solder joint or something. And the really good news is now I've got continuity between these two here. So I just got to try to seal this up the best I can and put it back together. I didn't really want to pull it out again, but at least I get some more experience pulling in transformers, so that's good. Lesson learned: if I'm going to ever pull out a transformer again, I'm going to bench test it before I put it back in the radio. So that's a good tip for any beginners out there. If you're going to do this kind of thing with a transformer, make sure it works before you put it back in the radio, because it's kind of a pain to put it all the way back in there and then find out it doesn't work. So, yep, lesson learned. So I'm just going to hit that with a little bit more liquid tape because this is kind of loose here. And we're going to have to let it dry, and we'll come back probably tomorrow or something and do a little bit more work on this. Okay, looks like we might have discovered another problem with this radio here. Looks like somebody used these bottom of these E-caps here, these ones that stick up, the big can capacitors, as a ground point. Not a chassis ground point, but just like a common hookup point, like a terminal strip. This is okay here because these are isolated. This is just soldered tacked on here, and this is just a common point. But down here, see, we've got this resistor going here, we got this yellow wire going here, and they're tied together as well. I don't know if you can see that wire, but these two are both tied together, and they're supposedly supposed to be insulated from the chassis. And there's some cracked rubber in here and a washer here, but when I test it, the outside of this nut here and the chassis are dead short. So something's telling me either they are deteriorated here, or some component that's connected from here to ground, like this capacitor here, is possibly shorted. Now see, I couldn't find it on the schematic before because I couldn't really read the markings on it, but I think I have found it on the schematic. I think it's about 10 microfarads here. I think this is it right here, because well, if we look on here, we got this wire coming out of the transformer, and on the schematic, this wire is supposed to go to the 220 ohm resistor, which is this red one, which it's doing, sort of. So it's supposed to go through the 220 ohm, then the 27 and 22 to ground. Well, this is going from that little wire to the transformer to the base of this capacitor right here, which is like a common hookup point, to this one, which then goes to the 220 ohm, which then goes to the 22 ohm, and the other one then down here to ground somewhere. Right there. That's the ground. So something's shorting out, so I'm thinking I've got to get a terminal strip and get these off of here. Get them up on a terminal strip so they're not shorting the ground. And also change out this capacitor that I didn't do before, because it's possible that might be shorted as well. But I want to get everything off of that off of this here because I don't like this with the deteriorated rubber. This shouldn't be part of the circuit at all, really, with the age of the rubber that's on there. Maybe it could have been 25, 30 years ago, but today, no way. It's too far gone. So they're just there for show only on top of the chassis. So I'm going to get me some terminal strips and try and rewire this the best I can and see if we can get any better results out of this, because I just did check it again after I got the transformer back in there, and we're still getting the same results. So it wasn't a transformer that was causing it to draw too much current. And my battery's dying now, so we're going to end this right here. This might be just a short video. I don't know yet. I might add some more later, but I do have to order parts, and I do want to get a video, updated video of this radio up on YouTube, so I might just leave it at this. So until next time. Oh, and before we leave, I just wanted to do an update on the cabinet here. Got the lacquer on. I mean, you can still see the scratches in it. I mean, there's some crap here that's never going to come out. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. I even did the bottom a different color. I think it looks pretty good. So, yeah, that's the deal with the cabinet there.